What's up, everybody? It's your man's KJ the Great, dropping another edition of All Sports Media TV. But first, I want to say, I hope and pray everything is great your way. Now, we got to talk about something. All right, so as y'all know, a fight is potentially brewing up between three-division world champion, the current WBA regular world champion, lightweight world champion, Gervonta Tank Davis. He's 29 wins, no losses, no draws, 27 wins by way of knockout. Him and the current WBC junior welterweight world champion, former undisputed lightweight world champion, Devin the Dream Haney. He's 31 wins, no losses, no draws, 15 wins by way of knockout. Now, Devin Haney has built up probably or arguably the best resume at 135, hands down. And a lot of people are, talking about whose resume is better between Tank Davis and Devin Haney. Well, we're going to back it up before I go forward. Let's remember, Devin Haney has fought world champions in his last 7 fights, but we'll just talk about his last 5 at 135. That being Jorge Linares, Yuriokis Gamboa, Joseph Jojo Diaz, George Kambosos twice, and Vasily Lomachenko. All were world champions by the time he fought them, Now, with Tank Davis, it's not been the same case in his last 5 fights. He's fought some decent fighters. He moved up to 140. He fought Mario Elasteca Barrios. He ended up dropping him a few times, knocked him out, stopped him in the 11th round. Mario Barrios was the 140 junior welterweight world champion at 140. And then he fought Hector Luis Garcia, who was a world champion moving up from 130. Stopped him in the 8th round, at the end of the 8th round, going into the 9th round. Hit him so hard he couldn't see no more. But he fought Rolando Rolly Romero, which was, it went as expected, knocking him out. At that point, Rolly Romero was not a world champion. And then he fought Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia has yet to fight for a world championship. He hasn't fought. Hence, he hasn't fought a world champion. So that's 2 fighters right there who shouldn't have been in the ring with him. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think Ryan Garcia was ready. I don't think Rolly Romero would even be ready in the next year. A good fight that he did fight was Isaac Cruz. Gave him all the fits, although he injured his hand. Tank Davis injured his hand. Gave him all the fits. He was sound defensively. He put on the pressure. He was, making Tank use his actual bag of skills that he had to use to win the fight. And that's why a lot of people felt, they should fight again because, some people felt Isaac Cruz won because he didn't get knocked down. He didn't get knocked out, all those type of things. And he knocked out Leo Santa Cruz, who you could probably say at this point in his career, I believe he's a 4-division world champion and he's a 3-division world champion, and he's a Hall of Famer as well. Great win right there. Now, when it comes to Devin Haney, the footage from their sparring session, as we know, it's been reported they had 2 sparring sessions. The first sparring session, everybody admits Tank got the best of Devin Haney. Even Bill Haney admitted that. He jumped in and stopped it. He sparred Tank when he was about 16 or 17 years old the first time. Now, the unreleased footage is what we're waiting on. And in that session, there is a lot of talk being said that Devin Haney got the best of Tank in that sparring session, to the point where Tank stopped the fight, stopped the sparring session himself, and didn't want to continue. We're waiting on this. But the sources behind that are people within the TMT gym, Bill Haney, just a lot of different people who have said that but we're still waiting on that footage. Somebody's got the footage, so you're going to have to release it. Now, when it comes to this fight, Tank had stated that, Devin Haney isn't a lightweight, a 135 pounder. He's really a middleweight, claiming that he's too big. But then he backdoored that comment and said he's a middleweight who can't take a punch, who has no chin. Clearly, can't take a punch, has no chin. He doesn't sell, and he can't punch his way out of a wet paper bag, is what is being said. That's kind of funny. So that is one reason why. Now, after Devin Haney moved up to 140 and dominated Regis Prograis and became a 2-division world champion, Gervonta Tank Davis has stated not too long ago, Twitter, that the SNAC program, which is ran by Victor Conte, if you don't know who Victor Conte is, look him up. He, had a lot of controversy and got busted for, performance enhancers for baseball players and, I believe it was Marion Jones, a track and field runner. It was all of that stuff culminating into one big mess. He runs the SNAC program, Science Nutrition for Advanced Conditioning. And you see a lot of boxers with that SNAC logo on their shorts. That's what that's for. Gervonta Tank Davis stated that the SNAC program needs to be done away with in the sport of boxing. Why is that? Is it because Devin Haney dominated a bigger fighter? Well, let's keep something in perspective. Devin Haney, he is a SNAC program athlete. So is Terrence Crawford. So is Mario Barrios. So is Hector Luis Garcia. So is Caleb Plant. So is Demetrius Andrew, just to name a few. But I want to be clear about something. Mario Barrios is bigger than Devin Haney, standing about 5'11". Devin Haney's about 5'9", 5'10", around there. So you moved up to 140, knocked out a bigger fighter than Devin Haney, who was a SNAC athlete, but now it's a problem because of the way Devin Haney dominated his fight. Is that right? Sounds like that? Is it the SNAC program? Well, let's talk about something. Caleb Plant, a SNAC athlete, was knocked out in the 11th round against Canelo Alvarez, who's not a SNAC athlete. Demetrius Andrew stopped in the 6th round by David Benavidez. Demetrius Andrew is a SNAC athlete. So is it that? Mind you, just past January, Tank Davis stopped Hector Luis Garcia, who is a SNAC athlete. So Devin Haney is stepping into this whole situation as like, if he beats Tank Davis, it's because of Victor Conte and the SNAC program. If he loses, it's, Tank Davis is just a better fighter. That sounds like a lose-lose to me, and it sounds like some excuses. Because Tank Davis was asked, would he go back up to 140, and blatantly said, I'm a 135 fighter. I'm at 135. If they want to fight, they're going to have to come see me. Well, why can't you go back up to 140? You were a champion at 140. You knocked out Mario Barrios, as I stated before, at 140. So why can't you? I think he can. But this is a part of being the A side, holding the chips. But let me clarify something to you guys. If this fight isn't made, in my opinion, within the next year or maybe year and a half, maybe 2 at the most, it's going to be real tough for Tank Davis if he continues on his trajectory to be an A-side against Devin Haney. Because I just told you guys, Devin Haney in his last, 6 fights. Yeah, is that right? 6 fights. He's fought everybody who's been a world champion. I can name them off again. Jorge Linares, Yuriokis Gamboa, Joseph Jojo Diaz, George Kambosos twice in his backyard, and Lomachenko, who's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, a 3-division world champion in his own, and was the lineal lightweight champion at one point as well. And in his last fight, Devin Haney is reported that he sold 250,000 up to 250,000 pay-per-views. And it was at the Chase Center and they sold it out, 16,000 seats. So he's really checking off everything that Tank Davis and his team are saying he can't do. Can't take a punch. Check that off. He got punched by Regis Prograis, who's a southpaw with power. He's a southpaw with power. In 29 wins, he got 24 KOs. He's got power. Can he sell? Sold out the Chase Center, 16,000 seats, 250,000 pay-per-views. No chin? Come on now. They said he can't punch. He dropped Regis Prograis, who's bigger, in the third round. So I want to know, what is there left to say from Tank Davis? Now, he did say recently that he agrees to go to 140. And when he hurts Devin Haney, his dad, Bill Haney's going to feel it, and he don't want to hear no excuses. Well, you know what? I'm on that side of things, but I'm on the side of the fans. We want to see you make it happen. We don't want to see you fight no more of these, talk my way into the fights and sell just for the people fights. You know, Rolly Romero, Ryan Garcia. Although Ryan Garcia will be better than Rolly Romero real soon, don't get me wrong, but just at that time. No more of those type of fights. We don't want to see nobody coming up from a lower weight class. We don't need to see none of that. Because there's elite fighters who he can still fight. He can fight Devin Haney. He can fight Shakur Stevenson. He can fight Lomachenko. He can fight George Kambosos. Don't get me wrong. I believe George Kambosos is on the low end of those guys, but they're there. You know? You still have, as I said before, Chris Colbert and Jose Valenzuela. Come on now. We want to see those type of fights. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Let me know what you think about this. Is Tank Davis making excuses? Or is he really going to go up or really make the fight happen with Devin Haney? Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.